1963, in the middle of the American Civil War, a Union politician traveled to a small town in Pennsylvania to dedicate the graves of some Union soldiers who had died there recently. He was preceded at the podium by a war general who spoke for 2.5 hours. Nobody remembers his name or what he said. The politician of whom I speak spoke for only 2 minutes, yet his talk has come to be known as one of the great orations of the American experience. This evening I would like to recite for you, in its 2-minute entirety, Abraham Lincoln's Gettysburg Address. 77 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now we're engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation, or any nation so conceived and so dedicated, can long endure. We're met on a great battlefield of that war. We have come to dedicate a portion of that field as the final resting place for those who here gave their lives that that nation might live. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this, but in a larger sense, we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, we cannot hallow this ground. The brave men, living and dead, who struggled here, have dedicated it far above our poor ability to add or detract. The world will little note, no long remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here. It is for us, the living rather, to be dedicated here to the unfinished work which they who fought here have thus far so nobly advanced. It is for us, rather, to be dedicated here dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that from these honored dead we take increased devotion to that cause for which they gave the last full measure of devotion, that we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation under God shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish.